I'm Alex with Storyline Travel. This video, we're going to give you an overview of an Avalon river cruise ship. Boarding a river cruise is a different experience, especially for those of us who are used to boarding cruise ships on ocean cruises. When we arrived at the river's edge to get on board, we walked right on the plank into the atrium of the river cruise ship, and the reception desk was where we handed over our passports and were checked in. It was quite a different experience. In fact, when we turned around, our luggage had disappeared and a crew member had taken it right to our stateroom. So let's go take a look at some staterooms. First, each of Avalon's river cruises have a couple of staterooms that are royal suites. These are extra large staterooms that provide you not just with sleeping arrangements and with a bathroom, but also quite comfortable area for seating and for stretching out. These suites are on the top stateroom deck, deck 3, and provide amazing views as well as that extra space to stretch out. Most of the staterooms on an Avalon river cruise are panoramic suites. These beautiful suites have floor-to-ceiling windows, which are also doors that can be slid open to expose a French balcony that allows you to open the windows and enjoy the river as you're cruising along. Notice that the bed faces the windows. This unique design to Avalon, and an award-winning design, will also allow you to lay in bed and watch the river go by. You'll find a love seat and a table and chair for you to relax and enjoy your time in your stateroom. There's a vanity area that can also be used as a computer desk and a wardrobe with both shelves and hanging space for your clothes. In addition to the large and spacious bathroom, Avalon provides his and her towels so you can see with a quick glance which colored towel is yours. And finally, Avalon does provide on their first deck a deluxe stateroom, also referred to as a swan view room. You'll find these rooms on deck 1, and be aware that some of the room is below the water line, and that can make for a lot more noise. These rooms tend to look more like basements as the windows are at the top of the room, and they're not a room that we actually recommend because the noise level can be so loud. Opposite the staterooms, forward on the ship, you will find the panorama dining room. Because the guest number on a river cruise is so small, the dining room is capable of everyone on the ship dining at one time. As the name implies, the panorama dining room has beautiful views as you're enjoying your meal, enjoying the scenery as you sail along. The dining room is open for breakfast for a few hours, 2 hours around midday for lunch, and then a 3-hour dinner in the evening. The Panorama Bistro, served in the Panorama Lounge, provides a light lunch or dinner that you can grab and go. And finally, you'll have the opportunity to enjoy lunch in an outdoor setting on the Sky Grill. And the Sky Grill is set up by the crew to provide lunch for you in the open air on one of the more scenic days. There were 2 areas on the Avalon Envision that were a great place to relax and spend time talking to others or enjoying a light snack. And these would be the 2 lounges. Forward is the Panorama Lounge. This is the biggest lounge of all. It was also the place that we met every evening before dinner to get our port talk for the next day. Our cruise manager would give us details of where we were going and what the experiences would be like, and it was an opportunity to ask any questions that you may have. This lounge was big enough for all of the guests to find a seat and comfortably enjoy the port talks. Some evenings, a local performer would be brought on board for entertainment, and that was also held in the Panorama Lounge. As the name implies, the Avalon floor-to-ceiling windows were all around, and sitting in this lounge, you could get a beautiful view of the scenery around you. The other lounge on the ship, a much smaller venue, was the Club Lounge. Found on the very back of the ship on deck 3, it was a great place to go get a cup of coffee and sit and watch the world go by. The Club Lounge also offered snacks in the evenings, whether it was fresh baked cookies or nuts. The ship also had 2 outdoor lounges. The Sky Lounge was the open area at the top of the ship, providing deck chairs and even a giant chess set. This was a great area to enjoy the sun, the scenery, and just take in the experience of the river cruise. Another outdoor lounge forward of the Panorama Lounge was the Observation Lounge. The Observation Lounge, found on deck 2, was a great place to sit and watch as we entered the locks and went along the river. And the last venue on the Avalon Envision was the Fitness Center, a small room set aside for getting that workout in while you're on your cruise. One of the things we noticed was that the room was designed such that the treadmill could be put a little lower so you wouldn't hit your head on the ceiling while on board. And that's the tour of Avalon River Cruise. Kind of a short tour, but mainly because these boats are fixed in size due to the rivers and the locks. The guest size is small. We had 150 on our cruise. These small river boats allow us to get into the heart of European cities, as well as allow us to see the beautiful countryside as we sailed along the Danube. At Storyline Travel, we believe every adventure is a story waiting to be told.